Cause you knew that I knew that I knew that I'd call you up. You've been going around, going around, going around every party in LA. Cause you knew that I knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that dress is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. Oh, and now I'm all up on you. What you expect? But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just want attention. You don't want my heart. Baby, you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah. Whoa. You've been running around, running around, running around, throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I knew that.
Pinakamasaya, makita ang ngiti niya. Lalo na with Jolly Spaghetti. May meatiest, cheesiest, sweet sarap sauce. Pinakamasarap, pinakasulit dahil ang Jolly Spaghetti, 50 pesos lang.
Ay, nako. Makakalapit na tayo dito ng jowa. Charot.
To my fellow students, on the as- to my fellow student on the other side of the screen, and to our beautiful and approachable teacher, Ma'am Emmy Pay Matabile, good afternoon. I am Mark Ivan Academia, your MC for today. And before we start on our webinar, first we will be having our doxology, that's sung by Micaela Mirasol.
You are the word of the beginning, one with God the Most High. You didn't glory in creation, now revealed in you all Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares with it. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. Didn't want heaven without. So Jesus, you brought heaven down. Since miraculous what you what a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing compares to it. What a wonderful name it is. Death could not hold you. The veil done before you. You silenced the voice of sin and grave. The heavens are open. The page of your glory. For you are raised to life again. You have no rival. You have no equal. Now and forever, God, you reign. Yours is the kingdom. Yours is the glory. Yours is the name of all. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing can stand against. What a wonderful name it is. The name of
Thank you for that wonderful song. And now, please put our right hand into our left chest to give respect to our national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging kasaksiyanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay.
ulitin sa mandulupin. Di ka masisingil sa nagalang tutok sa simulan. Sa langit ng bagaw ay tinatapos lang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na naghihingi. Ang pintuin at parang niyang kailan ang may di matitinig. Lumalang araw ng walhagit pagsingkaw, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang bigaya ng may pag-amin, ang malagay ng dahil sa'yo.
On behalf of this program, I would like to thank our leader, Daniela Alexis Relate, for conducting this program, and to researcher, presentation group, and documentation group, and all the team for doing their best to conduct this webinar. So, okay, let's proceed to the program. On today's program, we're about to tackle on cyber safety for parents and children. And the title of our webinar is Cyber Safety: Ways of Keeping Citizens Secure Online. So, I have a question for all of you. How safe are you online? Do you think there's wrong when you browse online? If you think so, you must stay and listen carefully to fulfill your answer. I would like to introduce to you our beautiful and handsome speaker, Starlet Taboco and Gerson Reyes. Gerson Reyes will talk about the different types of viruses and threats in our computer.
So first, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is important because it encompasses everything that pertains to protecting our sensitive data, personally identifiable information, protected health information, personal information, intellectual property, data, and governmental and industry information systems from theft and damage attempted by criminals and adversaries. Cybersecurity has categories. These categories are, first, network security. In its simplest term, it is a set of rules and configurations designed to protect the integrity, confidentiality, and accessibility of computer networks and data using both software and hardware technologies. Next is application security. It is the process of developing, adding, and testing security features within applications to prevent security vulnerabilities against threats such as unauthorized access and modification. Followed by information security. It is implemented to protect print, electronic, or any other form of confidential, private, and sensitive information or data from unauthorized access, use, misuse, disclosure, destruction, modification, or disruption. Then operational security, it is also known as procedural security. It is a risk management process that encourages managers to view operations from the perspective of an adversary in order to protect sensitive information from failing into wrong hands. Next is disaster recovery and business continuity. Business continuity consists of a plan of action. It ensures that regular business will continue even during a disaster. Disaster recovery is a subset of business continuity planning. It is involved in restoring vital support systems. Those systems are most communications, hardware, and IT assets. Disaster recovery aims to minimize business downtime and focuses on getting technical operations back to normal in the shortest time possible. And lastly, the end user education. An end user is the person that a software program or hardware device is designed for. The term is based on the idea that the end goal of a software or hardware product is to be useful to the consumer. The end user can be contrasted with the developers or programmers of the product. Next, let's proceed to the common threats of cybersecurity. First is worms. A computer worm is a type of malicious software program whose primary function is to infect other computers while remaining active on infected systems. A computer worm is not to be confused with worm. Write once, read many. Next is botnet. The term botnet is derived from the word robot and network. A bot, in this case, is a device infected by malicious code, when then becomes part of a network or net, or infected devices controlled by a single attacker or attack group. A bot is sometimes called a zombie, and a botnet is sometimes referred to as a zombie army. Both names imply the mindset, automatic propagation of something malicious by agents that are possessed in some way. Next is a MITM attack. It exploits the real-time processing of transactions, conversations, or transfer of other data. Also, man-in-the-middle attacks allow attackers to intercept, send, and receive data never meant to be for them without either outside party knowing until it's too late. And to add some information, using a VPN disguises the user's IP address and country location to bypass geo-blocking and internet censorship. VPN is also effective against man-in-the-middle attacks and for protecting online cryptocurrency transactions. Next is phishing. Phishing is a cyber attack that uses disguised email as a weapon. The goal is to trick the email recipient into believing that the message is something they want or need, a request from their bank, for instance, or a note from someone in their company, and to click a link or download an attachment. The 5 most common types of phishing attacks are email phishing. Most phishing attacks are sent by email. Spear phishing. There are 2 other, more sophisticated types of phishing involving email. Whaling. Whaling attacks are even more targeted, taking aim at senior executives. Smishing and vishing and angler phishing. Next is SQL injection. It is a web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to interfere with the queries that an application makes to its database. It generally allows an attacker to view data that they are not normally able to retrieve. SQL injection is a code injection technique that might destroy our database. It is also the placement of malicious code in SQL statement via web page input. So next, I'll be discussing the different types of cybersecurity vulnerabilities, and first is network vulnerabilities. A network vulnerability is a weakness or defect in software, hardware, operational processes that can result in a security violation if breached by a threat. Usually, non-physical network vulnerabilities require software or data. Network vulnerabilities falls into 3 categories: hardware-based, software-based, and human-based. Next is hardware vulnerabilities. Hardware vulnerabilities are some exploitable features, includes terminal and memory that can be read by the computer, and downloadable configuration and password protection for all types of peripheral devices, including printers. It is the cracker's creative misuse of this feature that can turn a feature into a vulnerability. Followed by software and application vulnerabilities. The severity of software vulnerabilities advances at an exponential rate. Of course, all systems include vulnerabilities. The thing is whether or not they are exploited to cause damage. Software vulnerabilities are explained by 3 ideal factors. These are existence, the existence of vulnerability in the software. Access, the possibility that hackers gain access to the vulnerability. Exploit, the capability of the hacker to take advantage of that vulnerability via tools, or with certain techniques. Once an attacker has found a flaw or application vulnerability and determined how to access it, the attacker has the potential to exploit the application vulnerability to facilitate a cybercrime. While there are many different tools and techniques for exploiting application vulnerabilities, there are a handful that are much more common than others. This includes cross-site scripting, SQL injection, LDAP injection, cross-site forgery, and last, insecure cryptographic storage. Then the last is zero-day vulnerabilities. Zero-day is a loose term for a recently discovered vulnerability or exploit for a vulnerability that hackers can use to attack systems. These threats are incredibly dangerous because only the attacker is aware of their existence. So next is the essential principles to secure your organization. Cover the key differences between cyber and information security. Explains how cybersecurity is increasingly mandatory and how this ties into data protection. Example, the Data Protection Act in 2018 and the GDRP or General Data Protection Regulation. Focuses on the nature of the problem, looking at technical, physical, and human threats and vulnerabilities. Explore the importance of security by design. Give guidance on why security should be balanced and centralized, and introduces the concept of using standard and frameworks to manage cybersecurity. Next is how cybersecurity affects us. A lack of awareness about cybersecurity measures is one of the top reasons why so many organizations suffer data breaches. Lack of knowledge leading to low confidence level mean that many breaches are caused by seemingly innocuous occur error that even basic cybersecurity training could help mitigate. We explore some common threats and their impact upon your organization. Example of it is using email and internet securely. When it comes to email security, it's worth remembering that there is no such thing as just common sense. It may seem obvious to one person. For example, the rules are for creating a secure password. However, to another, this won't be so clear or seem all the important. This is why it's imperative to maintain regular awareness training on safe internet and email use. Hackers target company emails in the hopes that one employee is possibly hundreds will be distracted enough to download an infected attachment or fall for a phishing scam. Other common risks include visiting unsecured websites, which may affect your system with malware like Trojan horses, or downloading software disguised to look legitimate. Remember, it only takes one employee to click the wrong link for your entire network to become compromised. Next is the positive effects of being secured online. First, protecting from your business. To give you some idea, adware is the term used to various pop-up advertisements that show up on your computer or mobile device. Adware has the potential to become malicious and harm your device by slowing it down, hijacking your browser, and installing viruses or spyware. While ransomware is malicious software that infects your computer and display messages demanding a fee to be paid in order for your system to work again. This class of malware is a criminal money-making scheme that can be installed through deceptive links in an email message, instant message, or website. Next is increased productivity. Productivity is a measure of the efficiency of production. High productivity can lead to great profits for businesses and greater income from individuals. For businesses, productivity growth is important because providing more goods and services to consumers translates to higher profit. Next is inspires customer confidence. If you can show that the enterprise is efficiently secured from all sorts of cyber attacks, consumer can inspire you to believe that they will not risk their personal data. Followed by protection for your customers. It would also help protect your clients who may be vulnerable to a data attack via proxy to ensure that your company is protected from cyber attacks. And stop your website from going down. When you're a corporation hosting your own website, a suspected security attack may be devastating. If your machine is compromised, your website will be forced to close, implying as a result of missed sales, you will suffer financially. Next is illegal downloading. By downloading material from illegal sites, children risk downloading viruses or spyware at the same time. They can also be downloaded from emails, pop-ups, or sharing files as well as USB drives and connected devices. Bloatware, trojans, malwares, and worm can also be downloaded. And to give some solution, consumers can also easily use VPNs and proxies to access the sites through private and secure connection. And that's the end of my discussion. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Gerson, for that informative talk so that our audience will know what is the different viruses and threats in their computer or cell phone. And now, we will be having our next speaker, and she will talk about five main types of cybersecurity.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Starlet Antabaco, and I will just continue what Mr. Gerson talks about. What is cybersecurity again? It is consists of technologies, processes, and controls designed to protect system, networks, programs, devices, and data from cyber attacks. Life without the web is hard to imagine, right? Over the past decades, an exponential increase in the usage of the internet has been observed, with smartphones and laptops becoming part of our everyday activity. Internet consumption has also increased. Humans are just one click away to gain knowledge about everything. With the advent of World Wide Web in 1995, the technological world has already stepped into an era of revolution. However, Despite many attributes of the internet, one major challenge observed by almost all the enterprises is possible cyber attacks and malwares. That's why a strategic approach must be formulated to mitigate the cyber attack. In this presentation, we will observe the 5 types of cybersecurity techniques which will help in reducing the cyber attack amongst us. The first one is critical infrastructure cybersecurity. The critical infrastructure security technique is deployed to secure the systems that have the critical infrastructure. They are systems on which the societies heavily rely on. This includes electricity grids, water purification, traffic lights, shopping malls, and hospitals. They are not directly linked with a possible cyber infringement, but can act as a platform through which the cyber malware can happen to the endpoints that these systems are connected to. To mitigate the possibilities of cyber malware or reduce the cyber attacks, the organizations responsible for maintaining the critical infrastructure must access the vulnerable points for protecting the business that they were liable with. Organizations that utilize the critical infrastructure must also evaluate the amount of damage caused due to cyber attacks. The next one is application security. The users get infatuated with different applications, which include hardware, software, and devices. But an application becomes equally prone to cyber attack or malware like the networks. Application security thwarts the cybersecurity infringement by adapting the hardware and software methods at the development phase of the project. With the help of an application security network, the companies and organizations can detect the sensitive data set and secure the specific application about the data sets. And some examples of it are antivirus program, firewalls, and encryption programs. The next one is network security. Network security is a technique that enables the users to secure computer networks from intruders, target attackers, and opportunistic malware. As the internet has a sorted of networks associated with various websites, it is often observed that organizations become target with unauthorized intrusion with malicious intent. Also, as many websites contain third-party cookies, the user's activities are tracked. Sometimes this might prove helpful for organizations to grow their business, but often customers become prey to fraud and sexual exploitation. Hence, to counter the cyber attacks and malware associated with the network, organizations must deploy a security program to monitor the internal network and infrastructure. Experts have suggested leveraging machine learning techniques that will alert the authorities in case of abnormal traffic. The organization must continue to upgrade their network security by implementing policies that can thwart the cyber attacks. The example of it are extra logins, new password, antivirus programs, firewalls, incognito mode, monitor internet access, and encryption. The fourth one is about cloud security. Most of the users are now inclined towards utilizing artificial intelligence to improve their business or enhance customer experience and for efficient operations. With the plethora of data available at each step of organizational setup, it's difficult for users to store this data in physical form. Also, it is observed that often this data is unstructured and derived from unknown sources, which can cause a potential threat to users' network. Hence, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud present their customers with a cloud computing platform, where the users can store and monitor data by implementing a security tool. The last one is Internet of Things Security, or IoT. The Internet of Things is being observed to be the next tool for the technological revolution. A report by Bain and Company has estimated the market size for IoT to expand by 520 million US dollars by the year 2021. With the help of its security network, IoT provides the users with variety of critical and non-critical appliances, such as the appliances, sensors, printers, and Wi-Fi routers, among others. After this, we're going to talk about that. After this, where we're going to talk about the threats countered by cybersecurity and the threefold. It is cybercrime, cyber attack, and cyber terrorism. They are all came from the word cyber, but let's find out what are their differences. First, cybercrime. Cybercrime is a criminal activity that either targets or uses a computer network or network device. Most, but not all, cybercrime is committed by cybercriminals or hackers who want to make money. Cybercrime is carried out by individuals or organizations. The second is a cyber attack. Cyber attack is an assault launched by cybercriminals using one or more computers against a single or multiple computers or networks. A cyber attack can maliciously disable computers, steal data, or use virtual computer as a launch point for other attacks. And the last, cyberterrorism. Cyberterrorism is the politically motivated use of computers and information technology to cause severe disruption or widespread fear or panic in society. What is cyber threats? Cyber threats. Cyber threats is the possibility of malicious attempt to damage or disturb a computer network or system. So now we're going to malware. What is malware? Malware. Malware is a software that is specifically designed to disturb, damage, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system. So now we will talk about types of the malware. First is virus. Virus replicates itself by modifying other computer programs and inserting its own code. When the replication succeeds, the affected areas are then said to be infected with a computer virus. Next is a Trojan. Trojan horse. It came from the book of Iliad, but it is too different with the technology because Trojan horse or Trojan is a type of malware that is often discussed as a legitimate software. Trojans can be employed by cyber thieves and hackers trying to access the user systems. Users are typically tricked by some form of social engineering into loading and executing Trojans on the system. In summary, it is discussed as a useful program, but once you download it or install it, hackers can get your information. And the next is spyware. Spyware. It is unwanted software that infiltrates your computing device, stealing your internet usage data and sensitive information. Spyware is classified as a type of malware. In summary, it runs in your background without you knowing. Monitors your activities like when you were chatting with your friends, like that. Next, the ransomware. By the word ransom, right? We all know that what is ransom is. It's a malicious software that infects your computer and displays messages demanding a fee to be paid in order for your system to work again. This class of malware is a criminal money-making scheme that can be installed through deception links in an email message, instant message, or website. The next one is adware. It is any software application in which Advertising banners are displayed while a program is running. The ads are delivered through pop-up windows or bar that appears on the program's user interface. Adware is commonly created for computers but may also can be found on mobile devices. And the next, botnet. Botnet is a collection of internet-connected devices infected by malware that allow the hackers to control them. Cybercriminals use botnets to instigate botnet attacks, which include the malicious activities such as credential leaks, unauthorized access, data theft, and DDoS attacks. Phishing is a form of internet fraud where criminals aim to steal valuable information such as credit cards, society security numbers, user IDs, and password for bank accounts. They set up a fake website which looks like identical a legitimate company such as a bank or insurance company. The next one is a man-in-the-middle attack or MITM attack. Is when the attacker intercepts the communications between the two parties, either to secretly eavesdrop or modify the traffic traveling between the two. Attackers might use MITM attacks to steal the login credential or personal information, spy on the victim, or sabotage the communication or corrupt the data. And the last one, the denial of service attack is a cyber attack in which the perpetrator seeks to make a machine or network resource unable to its intended user by temporarily or indefinitely disrupting services of a host connected to the internet. Now, we're going to latest cyber threats. Dridex is a multifunctional malware package that leverages the obfuscated macros in Microsoft Office and Extensible Markup Language or XML files to infect the system. The next one is a Roman scam. Cut na? Wala, sorry. Roman scam. Roman scam is a fraudulent scene in which the swindler pretends to romantic interest in a target, establishes the relationship, and then attempts to get the money or sensitive information from the target under the false pretenses. There's a lot of news about it in our country too. The next one is end user protection. Is the process of securing the various endpoints on the network, often defined as the end-user devices such as mobile devices, laptops, and desktop PCs, all through the hardware such as severe in a data center are also considered endpoints. Now, we will talk about how could we protect our
Thank you, Star. As Gerson and Star discussed on different threats and malfunction on internet and how to prevent and to fix it. Do you guys have some question or some bio interaction in our webinar? There's not. Thank you for participating in our webinar, even though you guys have some work to do. And yes, thank you again and congratulations. Have a good day, everyone.
Nice one.
All right.